what Go Open VA looks like. And if you're a teacher in a public school in Virginia, you should already have access, but you might need to contact your IT department to figure out how to get on. If you're a private school teacher in Virginia, you can get access to this as well. You'll just need to send an email to spark@stab.org, and I can pass that request on to the right people. When you log on, you're going to get to this, the home page, so you could start looking for things right away. So if I wanted to look for computer science at this level, you'll see there's a lot of resources. Now, part of the reason is because when they first launched Go Open VA, they uploaded a bunch of code.org resources. So because they're open and you can do that, but they're not aligned and they're not really customized for any subject area. So there are a handful that are out there right now. If I am added computer science, so this you can now filter by standards, so many different things you can filter by. But you'll notice that now we have less resources that are there that have been customized. So that's one of the goals of CS Institute, is to help improve and increase the number of computer science lessons and activities that are available. So the other thing you might want to do is go and look at groups. So you see I'm a part of 2 groups right now, but if you want to see all the groups, you can go here. Your school may already have a group. It may not. You can try searching for things, but we certainly hope you join the Charlottesville Computer Science Community Group, even if you're not from Charlottesville, because this is where we are adding our resources. Now, when you add a resource to this group, it's also part of the resources that are associated with you, and you can add resources to multiple groups. So yeah, you're welcome to share all over the place. So here are the resources that are there. These are ones that I've been starting to slowly bring in from my practice. I like to call what I do teaching in the open. It's a term I learned from LostFest, and it means that pretty much everything I do, I share, whether it's the lesson plans, video tutorials, like everything is open. All the docs I create, unfortunately, they're all in different places. So I have stuff in my working with St. Anne's Belfield School. I have stuff working with Tech Girls. I have stuff working with Summer Spark. I have stuff working with CS Institute. So what I'm trying to do now is bring it all together into this one repository. And this is another reason I love this platform, is it gives me a place to put everything in a similar format that's accessible by so many more educators. Of course, that also means I have to try to give my stuff a consistent look and feel, which is the work I'm doing while you are all participating in CS Institute. So I've divided the resources into red, green, blue. I love using RGB because those are the primary colors in the digital landscape, and just a way to sort of narrow down resources. Sometimes there'll be resources that are in both, because really sometimes you can't categorize a computer science lesson by a grade level. But anyway, you can go see what's in there. You look at a resources by clicking on it like this. So this is my editor view. When you look at the resource, it's going to look like this. And let me go back to that editor view so you can see the difference. So one thing that I noticed when I was doing this is this description, this overview that appears here. When I go through and start a new resource, that's actually at the very last step that you add that, which I found a little confusing, but that's really the only thing I found confusing about this. So this is the educator view. In my case, I did not make a different view for students. So students could have a different view, but in my case, it's pretty much the same view. And then they can just go along. And should you can now save this to another group if that's what you want to do, or you can remix this resource and then you can customize it for your own needs. So let me show you what it looks like when you're creating a lesson. So if you want to contribute to this group, you can click this, and I would suggest doing OpenAuthor. This will bring you to the authoring system. You can still connect to Google Docs, upload PDFs, YouTube videos, whatever. Submitting from the web, the difference there is that it goes through another approval process. So it doesn't come right to the CCSC community. It goes to another process, and then I'll get it. So that's another reason to just do an OpenAuthor, because I'll get it right away. So the title is that. The image that you put here will be what appears here. Like I said, this overview description is not part of this. So I was confused about that. But whatever you put here, that's going to be, you actually have to view the resource. So that's going to be here. So that's where that starts. Back here, okay. Yeah, you can add Google Docs, import Google Docs, videos, PDFs, whatever. And then, like I was saying, there's this instructor notes. So you can add notes that just teachers will see if you really want to have a student-facing resource and then a teacher-facing resource. I'm going back and forth on which I prefer, but right now I'm just making everything the same. But if you'd like to customize it, that's what you do here. And then you can add another section. You can have many or as few sections as you like. You can save a resource while you're in process. So one thing I was doing when I first started is I was publishing everything, and then I would make big changes, and I was like, oh, that's probably not a good idea. So while you're working on it, save it, and then when it's done, publish. Once you click publish, that's when you'll be asked for the overview, what goes here. That's when you'll be asked to assign it standards, when you'll assign it what kind of things it is. Yeah, so that doesn't happen until you click the publish button. And one final thing I want to show you is if you just want to see all the items you have created, then you can click on your icon and see that. So you'll see that I've also created some folders here. These are not the same as the group folders, and I can have my lessons across multiple things. All right, well, I'm so excited to see you all adding some resources to this, to our group. And don't hesitate to let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.